So we discover a form of life that's not of this earth. Let's touch it. Pretty sure that's a good idea. In my humble opinion, there's a high chance that if you hold the 1979 sci-fi horror classic Alien close to your heart, then you'll probably compare life unfavorably to it. I mean, the level of similarity between the two films is pretty high, which could lead some to dismiss life as a lifeless ripoff of Alien. I entered the theater and watched the film with an open mind. Let's get one thing straight here, this film is definitely not on the level of Alien, but does it bore the audience? Hell to the no! Life follows the hardship of a crew manning the International Space Station for the sole purpose of studying a sample of Martian soil being transported on a spacecraft called the Pilgrim 7. As the Pilgrim 7 hits some debris, the capsule containing the Martian sample detaches, but the ISS crew managed to catch it. The crew's biologist, Hugh Derry, played by Ariyon Bakare, discovers a single-celled organism inside the sample that's been in hibernation for eons of time on Mars. And as this thing is awakened, it becomes violent. With an instant surge in intelligence and strength, this creature escapes from incubation and starts picking off the crew one by one. This film doesn't transcend anything beyond your standard sci-fi horror fare, but it does undeniably do well in the entertainment department on multiple levels. For starters, life is exquisitely shot. Borrowing a bit from Gravity, this film ever so competently captures the allure of the final frontier that is space. And before shit hits the fan, a rather warm, cozy feeling is obtained through the claustrophobic setting of the ISS. But most importantly, there's the eeriness factor, which is a necessity for films of this kind. Ever since playing that freakishly gruesome game Dead Space around 8 years ago, I gained an appreciation for sci-fi horror that takes place in space. Believe it or not, I actually hadn't seen Alien at that point in my life. And while life doesn't possess the shocking, grisly grotesqueries of Dead Space or the tangible claustrophobic terror purveyed by Alien, there's a certain eeriness to imperiled characters dying at the hands of strange, inhuman creatures and the haunting solitude of a killer vacuum far away from the delightful sanctuary of home, which I thought the film captured rather well. What I think adds some frustration to this perilous situation is Earth's proximity. With all communications lost in a dangerously intelligent killer alien life form on board, home and help is so close yet so far. With the film clocking in at only 1 hour and 44 minutes, underwritten characters were to be expected. And while that was unfortunately the case with this film, the characters actually didn't feel expendable. When a group of people isolated from the Earth are working together for months on end, they're bound to bond and become a family. The camaraderie of the characters was standardly palpable and allowed the stakes at hand to feel real. The entire cast did an excellent job with what was given to them, but it was a little disappointing to see the talents on screen portray your average sci-fi stereotypes. Except maybe Jake Gyllenhaal and Rebecca Ferguson. Those two were the stars of the show and by far the best characters in the entire film. But sometimes I couldn't help but feel that the convictions of Jake Gyllenhaal's character were simply inserted into the film to move the plot forward in the third act. In my opinion, this film briefly blurs the line between survival from a biological standpoint and a personal standpoint. The biologist notes that the creature harbors no hatred for its human prey and that it's simply killing just to survive. Later on, when the situation becomes more dire, Rebecca Ferguson's character notes that, science or not, she feels nothing but pure fucking hatred for this thing. And I thought that was pretty clever, but I wish more was done with this interesting, thought-provoking theme of survival besides a few lines of dialogue. This could be a result of the film embracing its nihilism and status as a B-movie, which works as a blessing and a curse. A blessing because it allows the horror to be effective just the way we like it, and a bit of a curse because it kind of restricts itself and doesn't show the fortitude to go the extra mile. All in all, Life is a standardly good sci-fi horror flick. It's entertaining, tense, great on a technical level, well acted, and the twist was pretty unexpected. However, the film's characters are underwritten and the more interesting ideas are left on the back burner. What a shame. Life is nothing spectacular, but I did enjoy myself at the theater, and I wouldn't mind watching this film again when it comes out on Blu-ray. So I'm gonna give Life a 7. So these are my thoughts on Life. What did you think of the film? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like what I do, give me a like, hit that big subscribe button, stay tuned, and I will see you on the next one.